Yes, could have been, bro. Yeah, welcome back, guys, for episode 10.
And just like that assertion of dominance, the refs. Bro.
Great segue, sir. You're totally right. And,
I don't care about the results, by the way. Like, I forget about all that. The refs, bro. Dude.
Yeah.
It's not even fair anymore.
No, yeah, dude. And pick your sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick your sport. But the reason why we brought this up is because,
Dude, yeah. Seriously, you can literally pick your sport on the timeline with these refs.
Just refereeing going around. I literally forgot the word. I'm sorry. I know there's a proper word for it, but officiating. Sorry, it's terrible officiating.
Yeah,
and honestly, it just ruins many games, and especially when you're talking about like big games, right?
Quarterfinals, semifinals,
doesn't matter,
championships,
playoffs, whatever it is. Literally, the reason why I brought this up 3 days ago, Yankees and Athletics.
That's my Yanks.
It was their second batter of the first innings.
Bro,
You're
talking about Oakland A's. Well, now going to be Las Vegas A's, or I think they already are. But, bro, the game just started.
Boone gets ejected for the ump. Oh my God, the ump. What an idiot. Hunter Wendelstedt. I think that's how you pronounce it, Wendelstedt. Ejects Aaron Boone. The Yankees head coach, manager, whatever you want to call him, after he thought that because he gave him a warning because Aaron Boone said something. Fair, whatever. Give him a warning. All right, whatever.
Yeah, but the game just started. Let's just start here. It's like, okay, we know everyone's positions when you walk into a game. We know who's batting. We know who's coaching. We know who's like refereeing. We know who the umpires are. You know who you're against. So it's like there's no tension of buildup. There's nothing that has happened on the field for you to determine, hey, I'm gonna eject this manager. I'm gonna eject this coach. And the worst part is it was just, I feel like, his ignorance. Because he got ejected by a fan.
Yeah, so Randy showed me the video, which was hilarious. It was hilarious in the terms of like what a power trip. And it's not just Hunter, a lot of umps in the MLB are literally been getting called out for years. Angel Hernandez is one of the biggest examples.
Baffled,
here.
Bro. I'm just baffled that
like a lot of people are surprised. Why does he still have a job? Well, because there's a union, and when there's a union,
there's a union.
Yeah, there's a refereeing union in MLB. Yeah, it's an umpire union. Yeah,
so
that's the reason why they don't get fired, dude.
So you're telling me, because look. Now that I'm like, when you started putting the puzzles together, it's like these guys are nowhere near getting paid what an athlete gets paid, right?
They get paid good money though.
I'm not saying, but they're like, I'm talking about specifically.
Yeah.
Do they get paid the same as an NBA player is getting paid, or an MLS player is getting paid, or an MLB player is getting paid? No, they don't. But why is it that they're ruling in their judgment to eject players or just to go upon their way of whatever emotion that they're feeling and use their power of authority to influence a game? That's not fair. Like that's the integrity of the game is ruined when you start thinking about that. And then you start seeing like these terrible fucking calls. And it has, like you said, you can literally pick your sport, whether it's baseball with like every single umpire just on a power trip of anything, really.
Which seems like it, yeah.
Or you can go back into like the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. The exact same thing. The referee is just like, I don't know how many times a ref saved them. I don't know how many. I really don't. I lost count after the first one. I was just like, no, there's no way. Like, someone has to stop this. And the referee is clearly not. And he wasn't counting any of the knockdowns as knockdowns.
He had his mortgage on the fight, dude.
Yeah.
He was like, if he doesn't win this, man, my house is gone. That's what it seemed like. I'm not saying, of course, like,
see, and it's
jokingly,
like,
that's literally what
so if they're not getting paid,
like.
If you're not getting paid the same person on the field that you're like on,
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
I kind of do.
Think it does.
I kind of feel like it's big.
Money has no. not money as in betting. I think
no.
Just because you don't get paid like the players doesn't mean shit. I just think that
I think there's an influence to it. Like they see LeBron and it's like, oh, he's doing all this stuff. He's taunting. He's doing this, and the referee's like, oh, well, I have the power to calm him down. Whatever I think is emotionally right to do with my power, and I feel like that's what they do.
I don't think it has anything to do with money because they don't get paid the same as the athletes. I just think it's them being on this power trip for whatever reason. Like, yes, you do have the.
And where's it coming from?
You do have the power to eject someone when they
rightfully
when it's right, you know. But you've seen many.
How can you? But like the Yankee one,
cases.
like the Yankee one. How can you develop any kind of emotion for someone that it's literally been the first 2 innings?
Yeah,
it's just not possible.
Because in the video,
I saw the game.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like in the video you showed me, right?
Oh yeah, when I was showing you, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, look, it looked like Aaron Boone maybe said something. Cool, all right. And then the guy gave him a warning, right? The ump gave him a warning.
Fair enough, and he kept his mouth shut.
What happens literally right after he says that?
A
fan says something in the crowd.
That was coincidentally right behind
Yeah.
Coincidentally.
So what does Hunter do? Right away. Ejects him. I don't know what Aaron Boone had to say to be ejected after just 2 hollerings. Just 2. And I don't know what he said that was so bad for him to get a warning on the first one.
Exactly.
I don't know what it was. But the fact that you kick him off just 2, maybe comments, and one of them doesn't even come from the coach himself, comes from a fan, and then you eject. It's like, how emotional you got to be as an ump. Like you got as a referee, as an ump, as whatever sport, your emotions especially should not be involved in this. Like you're talking about, you're dictating a game, and this is just a regular season game. All right, cool, whatever. But especially when it comes down to important games where some teams are vying to be in the playoffs, teams that are in the playoffs, and this is game 7, game 6, game 5, whatever it is, and your emotions get the best of you as a ref. You get me? That's the dumbest shit ever. Like we said, if you're gonna throw someone out of a game because rightfully, if they had it coming,
look, for example, the only let's put it down. What are the terms that should get you ejected from a game, no matter what sport it is? And we can break this down very easily.
If you get hit,
malice for aggression. Yeah. Let's talk about malice for aggression.
Yes.
That's the easiest one, where you come up to a random dude because you guys have been fighting all the whole game, and out of nowhere you just fucking deck this guy in the face, and out of nowhere,
of course, yeah,
you deliberately want to hurt him. You don't care about the game.
Violence towards any players or the refs himself, of course, that's easy.
That's all day. Let's talk about the second one. Trash talk.
Trash talking to the ref himself. I'm pretty sure that, of course, it's gonna get you kicked out.
That's
not even about emotions. That's literally about bro, you're disrespecting me.
You're not even thinking about the game. You're being maliceful. In a verbal sense.
And of course, and also I think being kicked out, what you say to the other opponent.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah. If you say something some super fuck shit, of course, get the,
Yeah, bro. Racist. It's just racist. Things that are zero tolerance that should not be in the game, which is racism, hurtfulness, any kind of sexism, anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I get it. It has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But
just
all these things that the refs the teams already know not to do that. So some of them, or the majority of them, don't do that already. And that's where you try to seek these refs and umpires trying to get more advantage by using more of their power on belittling shit like that.
And that's why we think about emotions, because
you said, some umps, they don't do this all year long. There's no football season ends, soccer season ends, NHL ends, MLB ends, all the seasons end. Yeah. All those guys have a second job. They probably work at State Farm. They're probably insurance adjusters. They're probably car salesmen. They do something else aside from that.
I highly doubt it, because these refs.
I'm not saying they don't get paid well enough, Aaron. I'm not talking about that. But you're telling me that fucking a season of work covers the rest of the year? It doesn't. It doesn't.
They're getting paid very good.
Not if you got a mortgage and you got kids and you got college and you got all that, man. That all adds up. But I'm telling you right now, for sure, a lot of these guys have second jobs. There's no way they don't. It's impossible that they don't, because they don't work all year long.
So the average says per game basis, on average, because some refs get paid more than others because they've been there for longer, this and that, veteran status, all that comes to account. is for basically an MLB umpire makes an average of $1,000.
And they rotate, so they're not always.
$1,451 per game, which is the lowest than any other major sports leagues. But
MLB? Damn.
But it says, despite this, the potential to earn well over six figures in the world of baseball makes umpiring an attractive career option for passionate individuals.
Nah.
So
we're talking about the average. We're not talking about the ones that made it. Like, because even the ones that made it.
Yeah, so on average, these umps are making around $150,000 to $450,000 per season. So that's enough to live off, especially if you're not someone who fucking spends your money like a dumbass either. So
yeah, but like family taxes, all that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, but still, man, like $450,000, that's a good life. That's a good life.
It's normal, but you still need a job. You still need a job.
I don't think you even need a job. If you
think
want to get a second job for extra income,
let's
totally
look
great.
that up real quick if you don't mind. Since we look that up, just look up how many referees have a second job.
Let me see.
Let's just put referee second job.
I don't even know if that would be some
You can
info.
just put referee second job. Because I've heard otherwise. I've heard lots of referees have second jobs.
Primary. It says, right here. Oh, no, this is reverse. Sorry, I should put MLB umpires.
Well, it doesn't have to be MLB. Just in generic fashion in every
we're talking about MLB here. Okay. If we're talking about a Sunday league, talking about like kids league umps. Oh, of course. You know, they're gonna
I'm talking about all the dude, football season. Like, I think football season is one of the shortest seasons there is in general. Obviously,
but there's a huge amount of money in football.
Yes,
there's more money in football than there is in MLB.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure those refs or judges either don't make the same. Look it up.
So yeah, they have full-time umps and they have part-time umps. So maybe I agree with you. If they're part-time umpires, they most likely have a second job.
But either way, like going back to what we're talking about, it's just a lot of them also try to influence the game in a way to their advantage. Some of them are maybe, like you said, some of them may have put their mortgage, quote unquote. Maybe some of them are trying to help family members. Here. No accusations, just possibilities. So it's just like someone's always in cahoots with someone.
100%. And it's been proven before. Remember the scandal with the NBA?
Oh my God.
Refs were making bets on games.
Like the Celtics. What was it? I think it was last year or 2 years ago. Lakers versus Celtics.
I don't remember that one, dude. All I know is for a fact, one of the biggest ones, and this guy has gone on many other shows and podcasts to talk about it. Tim Donaghy. Notorious. Tim Donaghy is Donaghy or Donaghy, the way you pronounce it. Sorry. He was one of those dudes that got caught and was banned for life and went to jail for it because he was mixed in with the mob or the mafia. He would place bets on games. He would basically make bets, and other people would make bets on the games he was officiating because he would make terrible foul calls, make sure some players got ejected, so they would get fouled out. Basically, you would get fouled out. So your star players will sit out for the game because they got fouled out.
Damn.
So stuff like that. So refs literally have the power to like make their star players even leave games by just antagonizing. Yeah, we can't even English, dude.
No, we can't even English. We can't even spoke right now. Antagonizing.
Thank you. Oh my Jesus. Fucking.
All your fuck up like transmitted to me.
Oh my God. ELD is coming back. Okay. Jesus Christ. So that's easy as a ref.
And it's not always just refs if you really think about it. Like there's players too.
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, like we're saying, these refs in any sports and in and mainly, especially there's a lot because the two sports I hear the most where like people are just tired of these refs. NBA, MLB, and NBA.
Yeah, both of those sports.
Two, oh my bad, and NFL as well actually. Okay, they have lot of.
Okay, look, the NFL I understand because of one thing. They're not the ones making up the rules. It's a stupid ass committee making up the rules. That is the NFL when it comes to like flags, right? It is very difficult. I personally think it's the most difficult sport to call against fouls on contact. It is the most tricky one. Basketball isn't even that tricky. Soccer is probably the second trickiest one because you can get away with a lot of shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Especially if the ref isn't seeing because how big that field is. But because the NFL has the same kind of field, we only have 3 refs in soccer. That fourth one doesn't count. And
he's a fourth official, man. There's 4 officials.
He's the guy that gets
give him respect.
He's the guy that gets yelled at by the coaches.
I know we're shitting on refs right now, but give that man some respect.
He's the guy that he's customer service.
He dresses up.
He is customer service.
He wears the uniform. How dare you?
You know what?
Disrespect him, man.
Where's that's the overpowerment. That's the overpowerment I'm talking about because the same refs, that same fourth official is the one that always gets like yelled at by the coaches.
Hey, remember?
Tell me yes or no.
Without that guy,
none of the coaches get ejected.
Without that guy, you'll never know if there's gonna be a sub because you can't be like ref sub because you're playing in a stadium full of 1,000 people screaming and cheering, so the ref can't hear you.
Well, that's why he has an earpiece.
That's my point. The guy tells me, "Hey, well, sub's coming," and then. Give some respect to the guy with the fucking score with the board that gives the numbers of who's coming out.
Jose Mourinho that yells at him all the fucking time. Give it, dude.
Hey, there's one thing of yelling at him. That's fine.
That's what I just said. He is a customer service. He should not be a ref.
Let him be, man.
He should just be like a ball boy is.
His name pops up on the officiating thing when they
go, which is crazy.
Hey.
No, but going back to it, like on some for real shit. Those 2 sports, I just feel like, look,
MLB and NBA for sure. Like fans are fucking done with these refs.
And here's the thing too. Why the fuck are you hiring old man Smithers? I am tired of seeing these old ass refs, bro. I don't want to see them. Like they're old. If they have one white hair, out. Your eyes don't work for shit. Enough of your carrot eating ass thinking you're improving your eyes.
For that for hating old people
in
the workplace?
Care.
What is it called?
Ageism. I don't care, bro. I don't give a fuck what it's called.
Did you just create your own term?
No, it's truth. You go up to your parent, which is obviously the same age as any MLB or any single soccer ref, is the same age as your mom and dad. The moment you give them your phone, they do, and as soon as they do this shit, they're not qualified to call a fucking call on the play. They're not qualified. They're not. They cannot see. It is clear that they can't.
I know. I get what you're saying. I just funny that you literally.
You should not be wearing. Okay, here's another fucking check that I kind of hate about refs. You guys should not be wearing anything other than glasses, real glasses that are clear. I'm tired of seeing refs wearing sunglasses. Why are you wearing sunglasses? It obstructs your vision. Your job is to call important plays. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, what if it's just very sunny, dude?
Oh my God. Fuck.
I'm just laughing when you literally created your own word for hating old people. Ageism. That's hilarious, dude. I know there's a term for it.
I didn't even know there was a term.
Yeah, it's basically like when you know how, like in the workplace when you don't want, like when you don't like someone because of certain, like let's say religion, sex, or whatever that stuff. There's an actual term for age as well.
Do we have an HR? No.
Oh, okay, we don't have an HR. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're gonna get. I'm just saying that's funny though.
I would have told HR
I see what you're saying. I think in certain sports it might matter for age, especially like we're talking about conditioning, and like especially for especially for
MLB. Every single ump is over the age of 50.
There's
no way in hell they're calling these right.
Are you saying that for the fact for like vision or
yes, not just vision, everything in general, senses?
Because let's be honest here,
you're hearing clearly on this game. Hearing and vision was a problem. Clearly, these guys. Why aren't we hiring younger kids? There's more younger people than older people. People that are calling close decision by milliseconds should not be based on people of 60, 50 years of plus.
I think it's all the reason why.
Like F1 drivers. Every single F1 driver is under the age of 30. Every single one of them. If they're over 30, they're already on their way out.
Oh, what's it
because
called?
They used to be the best.
That's the athletes themselves. We're talking about officiators.
No, exactly. These are millisecond athletes that are traveling hundreds of miles per hour that need to react within milliseconds. That is the same kind of vision. An umpire that is getting paid apparently that much money should be completely dialed in for. I don't care if he's coked out of his mind as long as he's dialed in and calling it correctly. Because if you're not doing that, bring VAR, bring ABS, bring whatever the fuck you want to bring to digitally, like infraredly and correctly marketed this shit. Because if we can call offsides by a fucking rice grain, we should be able to call a strike zone.
The whole the offside thing is a whole subject on itself because that shit's always changing. It's always fucking confusing no matter what. But that could be a subject for a different time. But
and then at this point with NFL, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
you don't need like there shouldn't be referees. There should be judges because that's what the NFL has made them do now. They're not referees no more. They are judges. They need to judge whether a foul is a foul, or they need to judge whether the play was indisputably against someone else's favor other than their own selfish gain. Like it's so fucking crazy what this has turned into. Like I can't believe it. Like where does it end? Who gets held accountable? Why aren't referees getting fined? Why isn't there benching? Why isn't there like all this kind of shit?
I think also what helps an older ref.
Like who's judging the refs?
What helps older refs are basically the years of experience. So that's something why they're so why you see a lot more older refs because years of experience. Because a lot of these refs started off, young in their maybe mid to late 30s.
Hopefully, we hope
mid to late 30s. This is
what we hope for, right?
Yeah.
This is what, but I don't think that's what we're getting. Because we're getting some guys that are fucking shaking at the fucking plate.
Regardless of whatever sport you're getting into and whatever their tests are, every referee in any sports leagues, they gotta take tests, as in like they know the sport itself, right? They gotta take multiple tests.
I feel like these tests are like a DMV test. After you take it the first time and pass it, you don't need to do it again.
They also,
you're already vetted.
When you have to take a test to get in, right, to be able to be accepted as a professional ref, you have to take I'm pretty sure multiple written tests or maybe just one big one, and you also got to take like a physical test, as in like you're able to withstand running across.
Can't even fucking
no, I know. I mean, whatever their standards are, that's their standards. That's all I'm saying. But they do have to take the test regardless. Should the test be a little bit harder? Yeah, maybe let's do that. Why not? Let's make the test a little harder. That way you're proving yourself. I belong here. I do belong here.
But here like the other day, we were having that conversation of like, why is it that there's no held accountability for like like teams and shit like that? Like, why isn't there held accountability for refs? Like,
there's no fines.
It
seems like it, because I've never heard a term where the refs are getting fined for making a stupid, terrible, like obvious bad call.
And then say, okay, we can't find them, blah, blah. Okay, let's not find them. How about you suspend him for the next 5 games, so when he comes back to the next fucking game, he better have get off his fucking high horse.
Fuck the fines. Don't even fine him.
Yeah, don't even fine him. Suspend him for a ridiculous amount of time. The same way they banned players for 4 fucking years without worrisome. They should do the same thing. Oh, hey, sir, guess what? You call a really bad game because we're going to have judges now that see you.
What if we did like a whole thing where...
I think there should be like an IRS specifically for refs.
What if we did a whole thing? What if they did a whole thing where, depending on how many bad calls were made, or if it was one tremendous, stupid, ridiculous, game-changing call, or they were terrible, their officiating was terrible throughout the entire game.
And look, I know it's not easy.
That dictates how many games you can get banned. I'm not saying suspend them for fucking 20 games. No, like make one terrible call, but it was a fucking, like, we're talking about game-changing call. Hey, you're gone for 3 games. Like, that was a terrible call, and here you are still making this terrible call.
No, but here's the thing. I want that to happen during the game that he is doing that. There's no reason. There's no reason for them. Like, if you can just kill it at the moment that it's happening.
The thing is, though, they're not going to have...
There should be judges. There need to be judges to judge the refs. There have to be that, or completely, their job is only...
I don't care about the judges. Keep the refs, but...
No, keep the refs.
Keep them accountable.
Keep them accountable as it's happening, though. That's the only way it works.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to...
Because people can just get through one game.
They shouldn't...
And it doesn't matter.
I don't know how it'll work, but they shouldn't just be kicked out when they make a terrible call. Because, sometimes terrible calls can happen.
No, of course. It's not easy being a ref.
It's not. Yeah.
Dude, there's so many calls that are too close. And then you're taking...
When it's close calls, no one's going to fucking...
And only you know the true intensity of a game when it's happening.
Close calls should never be counted towards, because like they're close calls. They're close calls,
but
right?
Power trips?
No, power trips are it's a for sure thing, bro. That's a for sure guaranteed thing.
And that's what I'm saying. Like there needs to be...
I don't think you can kick out a ref because it's not like they're gonna have a sub ref in the background.
Why wouldn't there be?
Because like, what if the refs
they make it mandatory to have 22 each team?
You don't. You need. Well, depending on the sport. Well, you're talking about
soccer and.
I mean, you only need. you need 22 on a roster, but you only need like 18 on the
active.
the field.
Yeah, active.
Like for every team sheet for every game, you need at least 11 starters and 7 subs. So,
but still, as to what I'm saying is like they make everything much more harder for us, and the people that are literally deciding the game are the guys that have zero restrictions.
Moral of the story. Sometimes when these refs make these ridiculous calls and it happens over and over and over, and it's not something that's not even new, where people are like, how the fuck do these guys still even have a job? Well, one union, but how? Sometimes people just want to straight go towards these guys have to allegedly be betting on these games. There's no other way. And, honestly, speaking of, betting on games.
Dude, everyone takes advantage of that, even the players.
Speaking of players, Jonte Porter.
Oh, dude.
Of the Raptors.
You're talking about the dude. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, Jonte Porter of the Raptors, the center.
God.
He's a center for the Raptors, right?
I can't believe
he recently
it.
was just banned by the NBA, Adam Silver in the NBA, because he got caught during an investigation that he was gambling. Basically, he would bet on games he was a part of, and also he was giving
insider betting,
insider bet reports,
trading,
insider trading, basically to other people to bet on games that he was basically a part of because he had inside info.
But it was, if I remember correctly, I remember hearing about this. It was like an accomplice he had, right? Like there was like something about like a huge bet that ended up him getting caught. I think it was like I remember someone saying, or at least from what I was like, reading on the tabloids and everything, it was something about like some guy made an $80,000 bet, and it was for him underperforming in a game, and this guy ended up only playing 19 minutes of that game right before the expiration time of the bet, causing the guy to win an $80,000 bet for him to underperform, for him leaving early out of that game, saying he felt at illness.
Here is the story on how he got caught.
Break it down because I want to hear it.
Break it down for you, buddy. Break it down. Sorry. DX, baby. So right here, this is the official story, according to certain sources. Basically, Jonte Porter would end up getting caught after a bet that was placed on his performance got flagged as suspicious by licensed sports betting operators and an organization that monitors gambling markets, the NBA says. Basically, he made a bet that seemed very suspicious on a game that he was playing. So that's how he got caught. The NBA found that he did 3 things wrong. First, Porter bet on NBA games himself, which is strictly banned for players in the league in general. So it doesn't even matter if he bets on a game that he's not even a part of.
No, he's betting.
He's still betting.
Yeah.
So that's already illegal for him to do.
Yeah.
The NBA
it's a very big no.
Yeah. The NBA found that he had used someone else's online betting account to place 13 bets that amounted to $54,094 total on multiple games. These bets do not include games that Porter played in. So he wasn't betting on games he played in, but he was still betting anyways.
Because let's be honest, you make friends in different academies, different camps, different training sessions.
You just make friends in different teams.
You make friends in different teams when you leave one team and go to another, or maybe a close friend of yours plays for another team. And
he did place bets on Raptor games, but he wasn't playing in him. So he'd be like out injured, or he just wasn't playing them in.
And like, if we're being honest, this is America. This is a land of the free. This is like you're free to do whatever you please. And I understand there's restrictions on insider betting, but it's just so like it's kind of dumb, really. Like I think if like me, I'm a gambler. I like to gamble. If I became a professional at something, I would hate not being able to like bet on anything at all. Like that's just unfair because that is a way like I like to do. That's my money that I'm spending because you are spending your money. If you lose, they're gonna take it like gracefully, and you will not get in trouble. If anything, you just lost.
Second thing he did bad. Porter gave a sports bettor information about his health status.
Super illegal.
Ahead of March 20th.
Stupid game. Illegal.
Inside information that could have helped that better place wagers and potentially make money.
That decision was not weighed in by his like career. I think right there he didn't care about his career because you cannot do that.
He's only been in the league for 4 years.
That's
by the way.
The integrity, bro.
He's only been in the league for 4 years, and he's only 24. Crazy, and he got banned. Thirdly, the third thing he did wrong, Porter altered his own actions in a game in order to help fulfill a wager that a bettor had made. In sports betting, people can bet on everything from who will score the most points to whether a player commits a foul. These are known as proposition bets or prop bets, which focus more on developments in the game than just outcome
It's
of
just
a game.
action. And here's the thing about prop bets. Like, look, right now we're talking about how you cannot do that. That's super illegal to be doing like prop bets and benefiting from them. But some prop bets are built specifically for only one person to benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the guy who created them.
Yeah, because I've seen people bet on
stupid
random shit.
Look,
so like let's
talk about prop bets.
NBA example, right? NBA example.
NFL,
So,
you
I
can bet
forgot
on
what
the
player-
Gatorade
wait,
that they pour on the coach when they win. You can
just
bet
for example,
on that.
Just for example,
you can bet on the color of the Gatorade.
The examples of bets you can make on, and we're gonna stick to NBA here, right? Because
let's stick to NBA.
So here we go. I've seen someone make a bet on I forgot
Let's
what
talk
player.
about the most
I forgot what player it was, but let's just put. I'm gonna put a random name. He put a bet on LeBron, right? Let's just say LeBron. If he was gonna make 7 threes in one game. That has nothing to do with the outcome of the game. Has nothing to do with LeBron's points. But he was gonna bet no matter how many threes LeBron shot. He was gonna bet. He made a bet like of I forgot how much money that 7 of his threes were gonna go in. That's what prop bets basically are.
Yeah, like
and especially if you're someone who can benefit from that and tell someone information like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna be shooting a bunch of fucking threes this game. Like that's our game plan. Like coach is all this is our game
You're
plan."
You're breaking the integrity of the game.
Basically.
But here's the thing. Yes, if that's how you would benefit from it yourself, that is the only way you out cheat the cheater. Because the original cheater in prop bets are the people that place them. Because unfortunately, they do place. In prop bets, you can place a bet of whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if
I don't know what the
you know what's so crazy about prop bets, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck do you mean? You can request your own prop bet. So if you have a silly fucking idea,
that could happen.
You could literally go on some websites, like in Vegas, like it literally tells you. There is one. I'll tell you this one. There is one that said, "Do you believe?" This guy put may or may not retire, so it's a yes or a no after this fight. You can bet if a person's gonna retire on this fight or not.
That's crazy.
You can bet on heads or tails on any game. You can bet on the Gatorade color that gets poured on the coach.
That's fucking dumb too. That's the dumbest shit ever.
You can bet on the furthest free kick that may or may not be giving in a game.
Yeah.
Like, you can bet whatever your mind agrees to, and the guys will accept it because they know it's not going to happen. So they're glad to take your money and there's no problem.
But if it happens.
But when it comes to like someone taking advantage of them at $80,000, like I get where he's coming from, but it's like you're too at a high level to be like.
Talking about ridiculous one. Remember the recent one that was so ridiculous. It was 2 ridiculous ones and they were real bets. The Super Bowl. The bet that Taylor Swift was going to come into the game and score a touchdown. That was an actual bet that someone made.
Insane.
The payout was ridiculous, by the way. The payout was fucking insane. The one that had the biggest payout, which was never going to happen.
Oh, look.
The alien one. The alien one.
No. I'm sorry. The one I was going to say was the guy that bet on himself that there would be someone to run into the field in the middle of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He bet on himself and he won. Look it up, actually.
No. I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember that. I remember that in the Super Bowl.
$80,000.
No. They took it away. They took it away because they found out he bet on himself to do it.
And that's what I mean. Like, why are you accepting the prop bet in the first place? You clearly took the money.
Yeah.
What's that? When you make a bet, and this goes for no matter if it's a lock play, it's a whale bet, it does not matter whether it's your own ideal. If you have $100 and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make this bet. I'm a bet on. It doesn't matter. The moment you make the bet, you lost those $100. It doesn't matter if the play is a lock or a whale. Those are gone. They're not in your account. They're completely removed from you. So if you lose, they're not gonna be like, hey, that was never gonna happen. Let me give you back your money. No, that's not gonna happen. But if you win, hey, that's suspicious, buddy. You don't get to do that.
No, yeah, like they say, the casino never loses.
But you don't like that. That's what I mean. It's like, Who has the authority to regulate that? You gotta accept and pay the bail.
The bets, bro, the bettors and the casinos.
You have to play. You have to pay out the bet. You have to.
You know what they say? That's the biggest robbery you can do is ever go gambling at a casino, is because like they can take your money, but you can't take their money. That's literally the highlight of it. Basically,
I just hate.
okay,
That's
so
what I don't like
so
about
what you
prop
were
bets.
saying earlier. This is so basically this. In Porter's case, a bettor had placed a prop bet for $80,000 on the fact that he would underperform in a March 20 game. The payout for that bet would have been $1.1 million. In that game, Porter stopped playing after just 3 minutes, claiming that he felt sick. This bet, however, was flagged by betting operators and frozen following its investigation. And the NBA has concluded that Porter claimed illness so that this wager would be successful.
Now look at this. Now, let me blow your mind really quickly. I personally knew of a guy in Las Vegas that his only job, he did not have a 9 to 5 like your normal average person. His only job was to follow athletes that were playing in Vegas that night or the night before, like whatever day that they were playing, whatever team had came. His job was pretty much like a form of stalking. Mm-hmm. He would literally give you information. For example, if the Raiders had a game playing and at home, mm-hmm. he would have information of where they were the night before the night before their game, and he would be like, "Hey, number 27, number 15, number 17, they were all out partying last night, all night long. Like they didn't get home till 2, 3 in the morning. They were partying. They have a game tomorrow at 4, 3 o'clock. They might not be in top shape to perform. I recommend you get that information from them. Mm-hmm. This is super legal. You can get this in Vegas all the time. You can find people that do this, and that's their job. So it's like, what if this guy was part of that coincidental argument? Like, hey, this guy was out all night long eating out and went to go party, and he's throwing up and he doesn't feel good and he has to play this game. And maybe he has that info. It's like, how do they know? How can you possibly, you have to pay that out. If you're going to make that prop bet, you need to pay it out. You need to honor it, just like you would take it.
No, I think it's because they found out that he was a part of it, so that's why they're able to be like, "Nah, you can't do that." Because it is suspicious.
Even if they didn't,
it is suspicious that they made someone made an $80,000 bet on him underperforming for his usual stats, and then out of nowhere, like again, that's the weirdest part. This is the weirdest thing.
Again, and this is where he fucked. This is where it goes again. This is where he fucked up. What if you were out at that nightclub and he was there too, and you're like, "Dude,
this
don't
is
you
where
play
he's
tomorrow?"
stupid. This is where he's stupid. He did it after just playing 3 minutes.
That would be the best.
No, he's dumb. If you're gonna fucking be, underperforming, bro, just play like you suck for that game.
I wouldn't
you could play, because some players have off nights all the time.
Yeah, but look,
so you can literally play it off as an off night. But bro, how dumb can you be as the player yourself, knowing that this bet's happening, and just be like, "Oh, I feel sick" after 3 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think later would have been worse. Honestly,
I think it should have been like where he was like, "Fuck,
I think
bro."
Earlier would have been like, "Hey, you know what? I thought I was."
I don't know
good.
why we're trying to even give this info out here. The smart things he could have done was play like shit, right?
Yeah.
In the first minute.
Yeah, no, you're right though.
And then he could have told the coach, like, "Honestly, coach, I'm not feeling good, but I want to play through it." Still try to play through it and act like he still wanted to fucking play. But
coach is not gonna let you play through it when they're trying to win and they have plenty.
If he's one of their starters, then he's gonna let you play.
I don't think he was one of their starters.
I don't know. I'm just saying,
a young career. But regardless of the fact, look, I just believe it's like, if it's so easy to take your money away, whether it's a prop bet, they're not. Look, if you're not gonna investigate it beforehand, why didn't they investigate that before that bet? They saw the bet come through.
I know, and I know what you're saying, but the simplest of answers is because they want to accept your money,
but they're allowed
to accept your money, but
because there's no way.
There's suspicion, they're allowed to keep it.
Look, and where did the suspicion come from? It didn't come from the NBA. There's no way in hell. The NBA, all they saw was like, "Hey, he's sick."
It came from the betting.
Exactly. What would they rather do? Hey, you're one of your NBA players. Like, how would they know?
Yeah, that's just it is, bro. Like how we say, casinos can steal money all the time. It's the same thing, bro. I know.
Stupid.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just letting you know, like, that's literally just the way it is, bro. People that have money and power are allowed to fucking do shit that we're not allowed to as normal people. That's just the way it is.
But
that's just the way it is, sadly.
now let's see what we have a little bit of power in and overrated, underrated.
This
A
is
new
where we
little
have the
segment.
fucking power.
Now we
This is
got
where you
the
have the
fucking.
say.
Now I got the
If you
fucking
guys like to, if you
chorizo.
guys would like to play in the comments, let us know. We are gonna play overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated. We're gonna do mainly just football players, aka
Open it wide.
soccer players. So just to let you guys know.
Expand those butt cheeks, homie.
Yeah,
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Spin that wheel.
We have a random player generator right now. So me and Randy are gonna give our own takes on if we think this player is overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated. If you want to put in the comments, please comment down below what you thought of all these picks and what you would rate them yourself. Ready, Randall?
Let's do it.
Random generator, here we go. We have our first player at... Ooh. Is it?
It's Drogba.
Didier Drogba.
Fuck, dude.
He is highly rated because of the way he was so clutch in finals. He has 10 goals in 10 finals. His stats aren't that crazy, to be honest with you.
Let me tell you the truth. If it wasn't for him, I would not know who Chelsea was.
That's a crazy thing. Hey, you know what? If that's what you think, that's what you think. Okay.
Be honest with me. Give me anytime the word Chelsea. If you had to think of a player when they say Chelsea, there's only two people that pop into my head. Honestly, their goalkeeper of many years, they're
Peter Cech,
and Drogba. Those, dude,
nah, bro. What about Frank Lampard? You cannot say Chelsea without
no,
Frank Lampard.
oh no, not over. He's
no. That's why I'm disagreeing with you 1,000%.
I like Lampard. I love him.
Lampard was literally Mr. Chelsea. He was there for fucking longer than Drogba.
I don't think,
and he's a bigger legend than Drogba.
I don't think he's a bigger legend than both of them.
Oh.
I don't think he's a bigger legend than Drogba or Peter. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like.
Bro, I'm sorry.
I think, look.
I'm sorry. Every Chelsea fan right now is going to go wreak havoc on you right now.
Oh, hell.
Lampard literally is their fucking man. They're the myth, the legend for them. That's their captain right there.
I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying I don't think
no,
he's above
you're not saying
the
anything bad, but the fact that you're saying that they're bigger Chelsea legends is ridiculous. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now.
Anyways, I think Drogba is perfectly rated for the legend that he is. I think he did more than enough than the club deserved. That's for sure. That's 100%. But that's just my take. What do you think?
He is praised very highly. He was a beast.
Came in clutch. You needed him when you needed.
10 final appearances, 10 goals. I mean, what else do you want? But when it came down to a full season, he only had 2 seasons
he did have the rough season.
He only had he only had 2 seasons in the Premier League where he scored over double-digit goals.
It was just
three seasons.
I mean, they were just relying on him.
No, Frank Lampard is Chelsea's. He had over 100 something goals as a midfielder.
I'm not saying he was a bad midfielder, but
here's his stats.
Relied on more than a midfielder.
Here's his career stats, which is still pretty decent. I ain't gonna lie to you. 688 appearances.
God damn.
I mean, a lot of those players with a
for
lot
a Premier League.
No. He played 254 games in the Premier League.
Damn.
Yeah,
I thought you were just specifically talking Premier League. I was like that. Do you know how many games that's?
Oh no, that's a lot. No. It's all his career appearances. International Premier League, the Champions League, League MLS,
League.
FA Cup, all that. Like all the tournaments he's ever been a part of in his whole career. 688 appearances, 302 goals, and 127 assists.
Dude.
So that's, I mean, it's still less than half a goal his whole career. His average is basically 0.43 goals
per game.
Basically per game.
Which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty fucking good.
But you know what? I think he's definitely perfectly rated.
He's perfectly rated. It's not even arguable. It's not even arguable, honestly.
Yeah.
Perfectly rated.
I do. Some people sometimes do hype him up a little bit more, as in saying like he was one of the perfectly rated.
I'll just say he was a better striker than Eden Hazard, especially. Eden
Hazard wasn't a striker though; he was a winger.
Yes, but here's the thing: I just hated the type of like human he kind of was at the beginning at that stage in Chelsea. Do you remember the whole ball boy incident when he kicked the ball boy?
Fuck that ball boy. Who cares?
Oh my god.
Fuck that ball boy. Who had it coming? Anyways, next player. Oh, one of your boys.
Perfectly rated.
But it's now Kimpembe.
Perfectly rated. You know what? Underrated. I don't even know what your thought is because I'm already going to tell you right now, he's underrated.
I think at one point he had a very good potential to be one of the best center backs in the world.
Look, best season of his career so far, 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I think he's definitely has fallen off a lot though.
He's fallen off a lot, but here's the problem. He used to have better support and better guidance.
Look, man,
now it's kind of just up to him. You know what I mean?
You said he's underrated.
Underrated as a defense
center back. At one point, I thought he was very promising talent. I thought he was perfectly rated at one point, but
now if we're talking about today,
overrated a little bit, just a little bit overrated. I'm sorry, man. I have to. I know because at one point I thought he was gonna be one of like one of the top 10 center backs in the world, but he's not. He's nowhere near that. He's nowhere near that. I'm sorry. Virgil van. This wheel is fucking stupid. Why are they? Why? We're doing a random player generator, and it's like a wheel that spins and has different names. This is supposed to be Virgil van Dijk, but his name on here is Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk. Oh, it is Virgil van Dijk.
It says Virgil van Dijk. And I don't even want to say the other names because I don't want to give away what names are on here. But whatever. So we have Virgil van Dijk, or according to this fucking wheel, Virgil van Dijk. Oh my god.
Dybala.
Oh my god. This is stupid. Someone put Benzema. Oh my god. It's Benzema. I think it's. I don't know. Oh my god. Virgil van Dijk. I don't even think the text. I don't know if this guy just hates Virgil van Dijk or he's just a Liverpool hater. I can't tell which one it is.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
I think underrated because people are literally
currently overrated.
No. He's most likely might be
Aaron,
second.
Grab that crack and break it down into your pipe.
He's literally top 3 guaranteed. No arguments. Top 3 center backs in the Premier League today. What are you talking about? He can be 1 or 2 or 3. Doesn't matter. You choose.
Overrated.
But that's my point. Why I think he's underrated because the fact that you're saying he's overrated is ridiculous.
If that's the case, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say the same thing.
I hate Liverpool, but I cannot disagree. I cannot fucking steer away from the brilliance of this fucking.
Keep in mind, you come from a place where you guys play $80 million for a guy named Maguire that plays the same position as Virgil.
That has nothing to do with fucking with Virgil van Dijk. It has nothing to do with that.
That just comes
just because Man U has terrible transfer negotiations does not have to do anything to do with Virgil van Dijk. That's not to do with
you were the biggest Maguire
We're not even
glazer.
talking about Maguire right now.
You were the biggest Maguire glazer.
You
might as well be the glaze of Krispy Kreme.
I do not like Maguire, but
all of a sudden,
why the hell? When the fuck have I said, I love Maguire? I've never said that.
Hey, you guys saw we got Maguire.
No, I never said that. You're literally making up. Now you're making up fucking stories because I never said that. Never said that. The moment we signed him, I was like, why the
wheel?
Fuck?
I hope we get Maguire now. Spin the wheel.
Why the fuck are we?
Before we get Benzema.
Why did we sign a box head for 80 million? That's what I literally said.
I can't believe this guy spelled that.
He is middle of the table at best. That's what Maguire is.
Garbage.
Ibrahimovic, I think we all perfectly rated. Everyone rates him. Everyone rates him his entire career. Perfectly rated, for sure. Perfectly rated.
Zlatan does not rate himself.
You know what? You're right. We can't even rate this.
We can't even rate this guy.
We do not have.
We don't have the answers.
We don't have the caliber.
Sway, you don't have the answers.
You don't have the answers, Sway. All right.
No, I can't even rate.
We can't even rate
I'll
this.
I'll say this much about him. He made the best Nike commercial. He made the best Nike commercial.
Remember this. Humans can't rate lions.
Yeah, humans can't rate lions at all.
There it is.
Moving on.
What kind of spelling is that?
Marquinhos.
Who's Marquinhos? It's Marquinhos. What the fuck is Marquinhos? Dog. Who made this fucking wheel? Marquinhos. What do you think about Marquinhos? Underrated, bro. He's underrated, bro. Marquinhos?
Oh
no, not Marquinhos. Marquinhos.
I love that guy's linguine. It's amazing.
Yeah, oh my God. Marquinhos, I think now, at one point, he was very promising. I think now he's just still perfectly rated. I think he's perfectly rated. No one's overrating him.
I don't think
anyone's overrating him.
Marquinhos is perfectly rated as he's going. He's aging like fine wine, like Modric. He like Toni Kroos.
Because I don't think anyone's overrating him.
No, he's aging perfectly. He's like the perfect bottle of wine that you've been stored in a cellar.
Do I think he reached potential? No.
But it's coming.
I don't think no one's underrating him, and I think no one's overrating him. He's perfectly rated. Everyone knows he's a good center back. Everyone knows
he's reliable.
He's
Everyone
reliable.
knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that position it can only be held down by him.
As PSG, yeah.
As PSG, of course, yeah. Genau.
Firmino. Oh my god, bro. These fucking names.
Hey, not Firmino. Firmino.
Firmino. Not Firmino. Firmino. I say he was
fell off.
So here's my thing.
Fell off
so here's
hard.
my thing. Hold on real quick. Also another Liverpool player. Well, ex-Liverpool player.
We can talk all three of those guys. Fabinho, Firmino, or fucking...
No. So hold on. So Firmino. I think he was underrated for what he brought for Liverpool because, yes, he played as a striker, but he wasn't your typical striker as in he could finish. He could score a goal here and there, but he wasn't your classic striker where you could count on him for a goal. Firmino was literally the link-up play for Salah and Mane. So, and people would always give him shit for that. The only people that really appreciated him were Liverpool fans. Like I said, I do not like Liverpool. Overrated for the fact that Liverpool fans overrated him at times, but I think underrated for what he did for Liverpool, as in he was that final key, that final piece that they needed in order to find Salah and Mane, because he was basically the final link-up play for Salah and Mane to shine. So Firmino wasn't there for your goals. He was there for link-up play. So I think underrated because people literally thought he was shit because he played striker, yes. But remember, he was a
super sub. He was a great super sub.
He was a starter too.
He was a starter.
He was a starter.
Look, he was a starter for 2 seasons, and they were very good seasons because he was super, super good. He was as I
was saying, he wasn't a typical striker. He's not a striker that's there to get the goals. I was saying it when you went back through.
Look, I'm just saying that false 9 that they would use him in was
perfect. That's why.
Until they caught on.
Look, dude. I'm gonna give respect where respect's given, dude. He's underrated because, yes, he was a striker, false 9, whatever you want to call it. But without him, that whole Liverpool system would have not worked to a T. It would have worked, but not to a T the way they worked. The way they made it work. Firmino was that last piece they needed, bro, because he took all the shine. He didn't need the shine. All the shine was on who? Salah and
or
Sané.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fuck Sané. I'm so stupid. Mane, not Sané. Sané is Leroy Sané. He played for Man City. Now he plays for Bayern. Sorry. Sadio Mane. Sorry, everyone's gonna be like, understand that. Relax. I meant Mane.
It's a fucking letter.
One letter. Sorry. I literally fucking had a brain fart right there.
No, but look. I get that Firmino would take away the pressure for the long passes to either Mohamed Salah or Mane. Sorry. But this guy, when he would play false 9 for those 2 seasons, I get it. They were pretty dominant.
He was there for more than 2 seasons. I think he had better than better. He had way more than 2 good seasons. He had multiple good seasons.
He was starting for 2 seasons because I remember the first day they benched him. I was watching that game. I was like, I think this is a mistake, and they lost that game. Which he was perfect. Like, all I'm saying is they took him off the bench too quickly.
Look, overrated for striking, for like scoring, yes, but for being
reliable
and
a super sub
to play his part in the Klopp system, underrated, bro. Underrated. I think underrated. And I'm speaking as a Man U fan, and I hate Liverpool, so
moving on.
The fact I have to fucking give praise to 2 Liverpool players is fucking ridiculous.
It's not my fault. It's a wheel spot.
Frank De Jong. I think right now he's a little overrated, bro. I know he's not Barca. I know he's doing his thing, but I think
that's where it landed on?
Yeah, Frank De Jong.
Oh, that's not where it shows up.
It's because I think it's dying over here. It says Frank De Jong. So what do you think, Frank De Jong? Barcelona midfielder. I don't think he's
let's be honest here. He's not going to stay at Barca next year. Barca's not going to keep him.
I think they'll keep him.
No, they're not.
I just think
Barca's not going to keep Frank De Jong.
Well,
his injury was pretty serious, and one thing about Barca is this: they don't keep players with injuries. They do not. I've seen Barca play. There's only one player I know for a fact that I can remember clear as day that they kept because of injury, and you know who that is too. Aguero.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Sorry, what?
Barca has never ever kept players that were injured, unless they were like high performing players. The ones I remember was when Ronaldinho got his first injury, that he was out for a couple, like more than a couple months, multiple months, and they kept him and they kept playing him. But with Frank de Jong, his injury was pretty bad, bro. I don't know if you saw his ankle. Like that shit is not easy to recover from. And although he was playing very good the moment he got subbed back in, Barca is not in the business of rejuvenating players after injury and keeping them and hopefully having a spot for them. They're into making money then and now and what's popular and what's happening in the highest form of soccer. So I don't see Frank de Jong staying anytime soon. So
did you just claim that
underrated?
Now, did you just claim that Sergio Aguero played for Barca?
Did he not? Look it up.
Bro, am I literally missing a part of Sergio Aguero's career that I don't remember?
Yep.
Are you serious here?
Mm-hmm.
If he did, I totally forgot he even played for fucking Barca. Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me see here. Because I know he played for Atletico before he went to Man City. That's what I know. That's right. He was a free transfer to Barca. I totally forgot that he even fucking joined them. I forgot he never played, basically, because he got injured again. That's right.
So, again...
Damn, dude, the fact... Oh, no wonder, because he never even fucking played.
But you get what I'm saying. The only time I've seen Barca keep an injured player was that time.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen them like... I've seen players get injured. You see it all the time. They're on the injury list. But when it's something bad, bro, like career changing, they're not the type of people to keep you around. Okay. You're off to the wind.
So,
regenerated.
Yeah. Bro. So, Frank de Jong, I think overrated. That's
overrated now.
Overrated.
He was good when he was in Ajax.
So much promise.
I really wish he would have gone to a Premier League over a Spanish league.
That'd be nice. We were in the hunt for him too.
They would, dude. He would have done so much.
But we probably would have.
Here's the thing.
Honestly, going to Man U right now, we probably would have ruined his career too.
Tell me this though. Like, tell me I'm lying. German developed players do better in Premier League.
He's Dutch.
I know. Hold on. German players do better in the Premier League, while Dutch players genuinely do better in the Spanish league.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish we can see that turnaround where it's like Dutch moving their players towards the Premier League,
mm-hmm.
and the German players move a little closer to the Spanish leagues. And the reason I say like German players is because mostly like Russian and German players tend to do better in Spain.
What I've noticed, there's been a trend, especially when not just Dutch players themselves, but players from the Dutch league, from the Eredivisie, when they come to the Premier League straight from the Eredivisie, they never really turn out. Pretty sure there's been players there's been players in like throughout, in the history that have, but in recent years, a lot of like the last 10, 15 years, a lot of players that come from the Eredivisie straight to the Premier League, they literally flop. Yeah. Flop. Like, which is like I don't know what's going on here,
Like, check this part out. A lot of the great African talent, where do they go, bro? There's only two places they go. France or England. Let's be real. Yeah. A lot of them try to stay in Portugal or Spain because of the 14-kilometer distance between Africa and Europe.
14 kilometers?
Yeah, so if you didn't know, like this is the what separates Africa and Europe is 14 kilometers. So the equivalent to like what is like to the United States would be Cuba to Florida. The same thing exists for for Africans or anyone who lives in Africa. You don't mean
actual just only 14 kilometers. You mean like 1400 or
No, it's 14 kilometers of sea that separate Europe and Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So the sea is 14 kilometers from Morocco to, I believe, Portugal.
Oh no, that's the thing. People don't realize how.
No, it's dangerous.
I don't know if it's 14, man. But yeah, people tend to forget that Morocco and Spain are very close to each other in terms of the fact that your concept of Africa to Europe is
ridiculously close. It's Mexico and it's literally Mexico and the U.S. It really is.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, just across the
it's just
almost like across the
yeah.
pond. So now I have to do it on my phone because the laptop dead, guys. So the next player that came up right here is Sergio Ramos.
Underrated. I think that guy deserves so much more because there's no big names in defense like that guy did. He belongs in a level that very, very few people get to be at. And I'll give you a good example. A lot of people don't understand. Like, he's in the same level as like Roberto Carlos. He's in the same level as Madeni from Italy.
I'm gonna do one bigger on you. He is actually a level above Roberto Carlos. Let's be honest here.
I mean, they both played in Real Madrid.
No, yeah, but I'm saying Sergio Ramos did it for longer and one more. So I would say he's at a level above Roberto Carlos. If you want to say he's on Maldini's level, oh, you're giving him a lot of praise right there. Maldini is considered one of the best
defensive of all time.
Yeah, so
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That level does exist, and these guys seem to have broken it. But it's not easy getting there. You can only break that level at the further you go in your career. It has nothing to do with how great you are at the beginning or the middle. It's how great you continue to be at the end.
Yeah, fuck.
And it's so hard to get there,
wouldn't say he's at Maldini's level.
I think he is.
But I think
if you don't think so, you have to be on track.
I think the gap isn't far. But the reason why I would say that is because he was someone to make the very occasional stupid fouls, stupid yellow cards, stupid red cards all the time. Maldini was very smart.
Maldini Maldini
14 cars is crazy, bro.
No, yeah, it's actually so dangerous, bro. Like you have no idea.
I'm gonna put perfectly rated because everyone rates Sergio Ramos. Yeah, everyone knew that he had a hot head. He was a hot head for sure.
People believe him for his hot head, but that's like his tactics, bro.
No. He was one of the best of his generation for sure. Guaranteed one of the best of his generation.
Like, dude,
no doubt. And you know what?
Let's talk about the generation attacking players he had to deal with. Messi, 100%. Ronaldinho. And this is just one team. We're not even getting into like the thick of it. Zlatan.
Yeah.
Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Would you care to...
There's a lot, bro. There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the best defenders of his generation, period. And everyone, gone through the filter. Everybody rates him. That's why I think he's perfectly rated. He's perfectly rated.
Yeah, no, this guy is solid.
Next person, one of your boys.
Neymar.
Donnarumma.
Bro, garbage. I don't know what's happening this season. I don't want this guy in my team. I prefer Navas right now. Cold-heartedly, Navas needs to be
when we talk about someone who's underrated, Navas.
Dude, they did him so dirty. Donnarumma needed to earn his spot every chance he could have, and he didn't. Dude, he was just paid too much not to be played. That's the problem.
Stupid
I hate
consensus.
That. I hate that.
It was just the stupid thing of like the fact that if I guarantee
he's not nowhere near Buffon.
I guarantee you right now, bro. If Navas was at least from South America or in Europe, he would have gotten more praise. More fucking props.
Fuck all this.
The fact that he's from North America and the fact that he was Costa Rican.
People think he's garbage.
Just because he's Costa Rican. He's from Costa Rica. It's like, bruh, change his nationality and y'all would just be fucking like, oh yeah, one of the... Bro, he helped Madrid do a fucking three-peat. He was a big part of it. He was a big part of that too. He saved them in certain games.
So many games.
Bro, oh my God, the disrespect. And then he came to PSG and he was very good on PSG as well.
Clean sheet for the longest PSG goalkeeper ever. And then you bring Donnarumma because you decided to play $90 million on a goalkeeper that is 19 years old.
And I understand the hype was there. I understand.
The first 2 years. After that, you got to fucking play Navas. Navas has always been there.
Yeah, like, look, I think it's a tricky situation because I know why you put the money on Donnarumma.
Donnarumma, penalty specialist to the max. But you know who's better and more specialized in penalties? Navas. You know who's specialized better in reading people? Navas.
Very clutch in penalties. I ain't going to lie to you. He's already proved it too in the Euros when they won it. But
even in the World Cup.
Garbage. Yeah, Donnarumma, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not seen any hate from him. I'm gonna say maybe just a little bit overrated now. Yeah, he had all the fucking
Too
hype in the
overrated.
world.
You seen Champions?
He was supposed to be the next Buffon. He was supposed to be better than Buffon.
He was supposed to be better than Buffon.
Yeah,
not even a spit distance of Buffon.
Maybe he's just having a bad an okay season, bro.
No, but here's the thing: they're not even playing Navas. How are you not even playing him?
Dude, it's okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's all right,
You need to play. I'm a PSG fan. You got to play him. You have to play him. You cannot leave the best goalkeeper in your team on the bench for that long. Spin the fucking wheel.
I did already.
Who is it?
Last player is Koulibaly.
I don't even know that guy was a real name.
Overrated as fuck.
I don't even know that.
He was a center back that went to Chelsea. He came from Napoli.
I already know. Yeah,
he flopped after one season. Now he's in Saudi Arabia, I think. Yeah, he got sold after one season, and they spent like 60 50 mil, something like that.
Yeah, it was like I thought it was like 40 something mil. Overrated.
He was supposed to be like a monster, which we can see why, because he was very good at Napoli.
Like Hazard going to Real Madrid.
He was very good at Napoli. I just think what fucked him over, dude, was because he was someone who was supposed to go to the Premier League for years, but he never made the transfer. The transfer never happened for whatever reason. Maybe it was too much money that Napoli was asking for, whatever. Finally, the triggers pulled. Chelsea they're like, oh fuck, we're good. We got Thiago Silva as one like the leaders, a veteran. We have Koulibaly who could be here for the next 4 or 5 seasons. We're good. Fucking flopped. What a waste of fucking money. And then he was sold to Saudi Arabia the next season. Overrated. Sadly. I think he made the jump way too late. That's my thing.
Late.
He made it way too late. He was early. Man U wanted him for years. Chelsea wanted him for a couple years as well. Like a bunch of different Premier League teams wanted him, and he would never. He just never moved until he made the move, and then, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys are gonna want to pay his release clause.
No, I Napoli already. I think it's on a free release.
No, because
he's free agent.
He signed a new contract with Napoli.
From what I know, and this just came out like a week ago, is that he's on his expiration of this year expires. He's free agent. That's why we're trying to sign him, and I prefer him over fucking Dembele.
Oh, Dembele doesn't play striker. This is a striker. Victor Osimhen's a striker.
No, I know, but he's gonna be playing Dembele's spot.
Oh my god, bro! I can't even scroll down to ask you for that shit.
But again,
unless you guys want to play for that release clause, or you're gonna wait until his contract expires. But it's gonna be a couple more years.
No, it's 2024, June 24th.
He signed a new contract already.
I don't think he did.
He did.
Look it up.
That was one of the stories because people were surprised because Napoli over the couple of years since he's been there have disrespected him a couple times. So when they came out that he's re-signed his contract, people were like, "What the fuck?" Because there was like a many incidents of like the fans, his own fans, the Napoli fans, like basically like.
And let's be honest, Napoli fans aren't the greatest of all fans. They're great for their sport, but not for supporting their players.
So yeah, that was overrated, underrated, perfectly rated. Play along in the comments. Let us know who you thought of every player, if they're overrated.
Tell us if we underrated them or overrated them.
Yeah, let us know on our picks on that. So that was episode 10 of Coulda Been Pro. Also, let us know in the comments, guys, what we should talk about. Any other fun games or whatever you guys want us to do.
I want to hear your guys' take on refs right now.
Yeah,
honestly,
let us know in the comments
the biggest thing right now. What's your biggest ref fuck up that you've seen that you should been like, no, this ref can't be playing like in this organization no more?
Yeah. Also, guys, let us know in the comments. Basically, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. Why is the reason you didn't go pro?
Every time we say that, I always yawn. Every single time. It's fucking crazy. But thank you guys for joining us for episode 10.
Thank you so much, guys. We love you. See you on the next one.
Subscribe.
Yes, like, share, subscribe. Share with everyone. Who cares? Just do it. We love you.